At exactly 3:41 a.m., a Khorramshahr-4 ballistic missile separated its cluster warhead at 7,000 meters above central Tel Aviv. 20 individual submunitions, each carrying 2.5 kilograms of high explosive, scattered across a 5-kilometer radius. The impact zone was the Hakirya district, Israel's military nerve center, the same compound beneath which sits the most classified underground command facility in the entire Middle East. Within minutes, Israeli authorities sealed every street leading to the area. Cameras were blocked, journalists were turned away, and the Israeli government said absolutely nothing. That silence told you everything. This is not a story about a missile. This is a story about what that missile was aimed at, and why Israel cannot afford to let the world see what happened beneath the surface. Most people picture Israel's military headquarters as a conventional compound. Reinforced walls, blast-proof rooms, standard bunker infrastructure. That picture is wrong. Beneath the Hakirya sits a layered network of underground command facilities that Israel and the United States have been building for decades. Two installations matter here. The first is Site 81, a roughly 6,000 square meter electromagnetically shielded intelligence center buried beneath central Tel Aviv, engineered to survive full-spectrum electronic warfare. If every radar, every satellite dish, every antenna above ground goes dark, Site 81 keeps running. The second is called the Fortress of Zion, deeper, newer, built directly beneath the headquarters compound. The New York Times was given access and described a nerve center where 70 personnel sat at multiple levels, facing wall-mounted screens, tracking live strikes in real time. During active conflict, thousands of soldiers operate there around the clock. This is what Iran's missiles have been aimed at. This is the bunker the IRGC claims it reached. This is not the first time Iranian missiles have landed inside this exact footprint. During the 12-day war in June 2025, a ballistic missile struck the north tower of the Da Vinci apartment complex in central Tel Aviv. Israeli authorities sealed the entire impact zone immediately. No cameras, no access. The Jerusalem Post later reported the missile landed a stone's throw from Netanyahu's office in Building 22. Weeks later, the Prime Minister's office began what officials called renovations, never fully explained. To this day, Google Maps blurs satellite imagery over that section of Tel Aviv. On Leonardo da Vinci Street, Google offers no street view. Russia's Yandex applies identical censorship. France 24 concluded Israeli media coverage of the strike had been deliberately delayed. Haaretz waited 2 full weeks before publishing anything, even as photos circulated online. Iran targeted this exact area once before. The damage was sealed, the media was blocked, the satellite data is still censored. And now, in March 2026, the IRGC claims it hit the same zone again with a weapon 10 times more destructive. To understand why that claim is credible, you need to understand the Khorramshahr-4, the most destructive confirmed weapon in Iran's ballistic arsenal. First revealed in May 2023. Range approximately 2,000 kilometers. Total warhead mass roughly 1,500 kilograms. But the number that matters is not the weight. It is the delivery mechanism. At 7,000 meters altitude, the cluster payload opens. Around 20 submunitions released simultaneously, each carrying 2.5 kilograms of explosive, dispersing across a saturation zone up to 5 kilometers wide. That transforms one ballistic missile into an area denial weapon. It does not punch through reinforced concrete. It destroys everything on the surface above that concrete. Ventilation shafts, communications arrays, access tunnels, power feeds. Every external system a buried command facility depends on. A conventional warhead needs a direct hit to threaten a bunker. A cluster warhead turns the entire surface footprint into a kill zone. The IRGC confirmed deployment of this weapon during the 19th wave of Operation True Promise, targeting central Tel Aviv, Ben Gurion Airport, and the 27th Air Base. Israel disputed the claims, but confirmed firefighters responded to 2 cluster munition impact zones in central Israel. A first responder described finding a civilian with severe shrapnel wounds. The weapon reached its target zone. The only question is how deep the damage went. We are past day 10. Over 500 ballistic and cruise missiles fired. More than 2,000 drones launched. The IRGC has named its targets publicly: 27 U.S. bases, Ben Gurion Airport, 7 radar systems claimed destroyed. The opening night saw roughly 90 missiles. By day 6, around 20 per day. The White House credited American and Israeli strikes on Iranian mobile launchers, but the salvos got smaller while the warheads got bigger. Iran is not running out. Iran is selecting its shots. Since the conflict began, 1,619 Israelis have been hospitalized, 10 civilians killed. At Beit Shemesh, a missile carrying 500 kilograms of explosive collapsed an underground civilian shelter 2 flights below street level. The interceptor fired at that missile engaged correctly. It simply did not connect. No mechanical failure found. The system worked. The missile got through. That single detail dismantles the narrative of near-total defensive effectiveness. Now the mirror image both governments are pretending does not exist. While Iran claims to have struck Israeli underground command infrastructure, Israel already carried out the verified, documented, publicly confirmed version of that exact operation against Iran. On March 6th, approximately 50 Israeli Air Force jets dropped around 100 precision bombs on the underground bunker of Ali Khamenei beneath the leadership compound in central Tehran. The IDF announced total destruction. The bunker ran beneath multiple city streets and contained command chambers used by Iran's senior leadership. Israel's Unit 8200 and Unit 9900 spent years mapping every corridor before a single bomb was authorized. The footage was released. The confirmation was explicit. Iran has produced no equivalent imagery for its claimed strike on Israeli infrastructure, but Israel released its evidence because it chose to. Israel sealed its evidence because it had to. The absence of footage from the Hakirya is not proof of failure. It is consistent with every prior instance where Iranian weapons reached classified Israeli ground. The broader picture keeps accelerating. Crude oil passed $115 a barrel. Over 1,300 Iranian civilians confirmed dead, including 194 children. 7 American service members killed. The United States has sunk more than 30 Iranian naval vessels and declared Iran's Navy combat ineffective. Hezbollah firing from Lebanon. Iraqi resistance launching drones. And on March 8, 2026, Iran installed Mojtaba Khamenei, the dead supreme leader's own son, as his replacement. He has never held public office, never commanded a military operation. He now inherits a war his father did not start, a military burning through its ballistic stockpile and a chain of command that has already lost thousands of personnel. Whether he can maintain targeting discipline and strategic direction under simultaneous American and Israeli bombardment is the question every defense ministry on earth is watching. The sealed streets, the blurred satellite imagery unchanged since June 2025. The media blackout applied for the second consecutive war to the same geographic footprint. And a 1,500 kilogram cluster warhead confirmed above Israel's most classified command district. Both sides are hunting the other's buried architecture. Israel showed the world what it did beneath Tehran. Iran is showing nothing, because Israel will not allow it. The bunker is real. The weapon is real. The damage is the only variable still classified. With Mojtaba Khamenei holding the codes and neither capital able to define what the end of this war looks like, the question is no longer whether the next missile finds something it cannot miss. It is whether anyone has a plan for the morning after it does. Do you think Iran actually reached the bunker? And if it did, what does Israel do next? Drop your answer below. Hit subscribe. This war is not slowing down, and neither are we.